Today we're learning some really excellent vocabulary words from my friend Yanniken. She's a professor of history at a university here in Pennsylvania and one of the country's leading experts on the history of quilts in America. First, I'm going to assess the situation because I can't remember if it's one quilt.
Yeah, I couldn't remember either.
Assess the situation. Assess is a verb that means to determine the value of something. They're assessing the value of my grandmother's ring, so I know how much insurance to buy for it. Or, if you assess a situation, it's looking at the whole situation to see what needs to be done.
We want to make sure we can submerge it, you know.
We want to make sure we can submerge it. Submerge means to put underwater. We didn't want it just on the surface of the water, half in and half out. We wanted to submerge it.
All right, no bleeding so far.
We hear bleeding, we think blood. Oh my gosh, your arm's bleeding. But it can also be used for colors, especially with fabrics or laundry, when the color of one piece bleeds into and messes up the color of another piece of fabric.
So now we really need to let it sit.
Okay, let it go.
Just let it go.
How long should we let it go?
I think a couple hours.
Okay.
Yanniken said we need to let it sit. When we hear sit, we think of a person sitting in a chair, but we also use it, like here, to mean to leave it alone, not to do anything with it. You can also use it with emotions. If your coworker did something that really made you mad, you might not want to act on that right away. It might be best just to let it sit and come back to the situation when you're more calm.
How should I rinse it?
The least invasive would be just to drain this and then rinse it in cold water.
Okay.
Invasive has a couple different meanings. Here, she's using it to mean the least likely to cause harm or damage to the quilt. So we let it sit. How did it all turn out? The next day, I inspected the quilt after it dried, and it came out really well. Look at all those tiny stitches. Those were all done not with a machine, but by hand, with a needle and thread by my great-grandmother about 100 years ago.